Getting to the point.
Getting to the point.
Getting to the point. Voices for a just future.
It's 7:30 a.m. You're en route to work and decide to stop at the nearest coffee shop for a quick pick-me-up. Most of us wouldn't think twice about exactly what that $2.14 is really paying for as we rush off to a busy morning at the office. But should we? Whether or not that coffee shop is a business owned and run by a local person plays a large role in that community's economy. I'm Jafar Turner.
This is Isabel Smith.
And I'm Malila Perez. Many believe that where we spend our dollar on everyday things is indicative of who and what we value. For example, spending $2 at Target for a reusable water bottle versus $4 at your local corner store represents your value of a lower price over support for your community's small businesses. According to the NAACP, only 2 cents of every dollar spent in the Black community is recirculated within the Black community. But why is that?
Leakage happens when you have folks who don't have businesses who represent them operating in their community. So they end up taking all of the concentration of money that they make. That money ends up leaving the neighborhood.
That was Lakeisha Wolf, Executive Director and co-founder of the Ujamaa Collective, a nonprofit organization that advocates for Black and African-owned businesses. This issue of economic leakage is not one that stands alone. Housing discrimination and unfair zoning practices, often as the result of government policies, add another layer of difficulty for Pittsburgh's communities of color. Camille Scantling is the founder of Cocopreneur, a Pittsburgh Black business directory.
We're talking about redlining. Cities and districts are zoned a very specific way. We have a district that jumps an entire river in order to keep the Black community within that same district. And it's very clear that that's what happened.
Redlining was a system used in the mid-20th century that classified neighborhoods based on potential, safety, and financial stability. It placed the worst rating, red, on Black, brown, and immigrant communities. As a result, people living in these red neighborhoods were unable to take out loans from a bank with which to purchase property. This prevented these people from being able to build generational wealth or have ownership over the places they called home.
One of the forces that has historically caused harm to economies of Black and brown people is the slow devaluing of their achievements that results in the idea that these people have a lower potential than their white counterparts. Again, Scantling.
The biggest obstacle is addressing the mindset of people. In America, we have been conditioned to not value anything Black.
She also says we need to start dreaming bigger.
We have been pigeonholed into certain industries, food and catering, beauty and aesthetics, apparel. We know that like the back of our hand. There are certain industries that we could definitely use in the communities that we don't have. Businesses that offer insurance services, legal services, medical facilities, education systems, those things that are very crucial and necessary.
These challenges historically faced by people of color all seem pretty overwhelming, especially if you're also dealing with the numerous obstacles that arise when running a business.
You'll be faced with a lot of different hurdles, people who are discouraging, people who maybe don't understand your idea, days where you don't sell anything or someone returned a bunch of things. You have to have that drive, that go-get-em attitude, no matter what. Trust your vision.
That was Baina Brookins. Her family owns a market in East Liberty called Jamil's Global Village. Their business has faced numerous challenges, such as the increase of rent due to redevelopment. Being a person of color means there will always be obstacles in the way of success, but our communities must persevere so we can continue to grow. Keeping the dollar within the low-income neighborhoods is important for economic sustainability. But how exactly do we accomplish this? Brookins believes this is possible when we work together.
There needs to be more encouragement for people who are starting businesses, for them to flourish. They need to have access to more information. Sometimes it's better for marginalized communities to come together instead of always waiting on organizations. Or if maybe one person knows how to start an LLC, they can help, and then that person helps the next person.
It's up to us to create the flourishing neighborhoods we want to see. To support the local economy, we need to establish trust and relationships between our neighborhoods and our businesses, like Broadway Market and McKees Rocks. Co-owner of Broadway Market, Gladys Gines, who is also Malila's grandmother, speaks on the relationship the store has with its customers and how running a business is a collaborative effort.
People of color, you can talk to people of your own. We trust each other, but somebody else say, oh no, this is the price, you pay for it, and that's it. It's a community thing, knowing the people, the prices, being honest with people.
She offers this advice for business owners of color.
Look forward and don't let nobody mess up your dreams. Go for your dreams. Go for the stars.
That $2.14 really does matter. Where you make your small, everyday purchases can have an enormous impact. So next time you're thinking of buying an item cheaper at a big box store, consider instead supporting a minority business and actively making these disinvested and marginalized communities more sustainable. Getting to the Point was produced at the studios of the Saturday Light Brigade
by students participating in the Heinz Youth Philanthropy Internship Program.
All statements and opinions are those of the speakers and do not necessarily represent those of the Heinz Endowments, Carleton University, or any other collaborating organizations.
More information on the Youth Philanthropy Internship Program is available at heinz.org.